Okay, the factory has a monthly operation cost of $300. The graph below shows the total cost C for manufacturing X items in a month. What is the cost of manufacturing 23 items in 1 month? Well, the first thing here is, let's take a look at the first sentence. That tells us here that at this particular point, this represents 0, 300. So this is already telling us that the y-intercept is 300. Okay, now we need to determine the slope. Okay, now we can pick 2 points on this line to be able to do that. Or what we can do is we can just draw a triangle and then look at the rise over the run. So I can draw a triangle here and here. Okay, so what is the length from here to there? Well, it's going from 0 to 5, so that means that we know that this represents 5. Okay, and then if this is 400 and this is 300, then that means that this represents 100. So this is the rise, this is the run. So the slope is equal to the rise over the run, which is equal to 100 divided by 5, which gives us a slope of 20. Okay, now all we need to use, instead of using the point slope form, we can use the slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, to determine what is the linear equation. So that means y is going to equal the slope, which is 20x, plus the y-intercept, which is 300, from steps 1 and step 2. Now in step number 4, it's asking us what is the cost of manufacturing 23 items in 1 month. Well, let's change this y to c, since that's what we're looking for is the cost. So this is c of x. So that means we want to find out what is c of 23. Well, if we plug that into our model, 20 times 23, and then we're going to add 300. So what's 20 times 23? Well, that gives us 460. And then if we add 300, it's going to give us 760, which is our answer. Now, again, if you didn't have the graph, or if you didn't want to look at the slope this way, then you can pick 2 values. So you could have picked 5, 400, and then found the slope that way. So what I mean by that is, you could have said, okay, well, we're going to use the point 0 and then 300, and we're going to use 5 and then 400. And then that would have been 400 minus 300 over 5 minus 0, which is 100 divided by 5, which still gives us 20. And then instead of using the slope form, then you would have had to use this the point slope form. So that would have been c minus c1, which is equal to m times x minus x1. So that would be c minus c1. So we're going to use, let's say, this point here. So it'd be c minus 300, which is equal to the slope of 20 times x minus 0. So we'd have c minus 300, which is equal to 20x. And if we added 300 to both sides, then we get 20x plus 300. So this is just a little bit of a longer way to get that result, which is probably what we've done in our previous examples. But if you can get the slope this way, it just quickly minimizes the amount of time to be able to find the slope if you can identify it correctly from the graph.